Dave, D&J Projects, looking sneaky on phone, and there's big man Stevie, getting it done.
Trying to get it done, mate. Trying to get it done.
Stevie, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, mate, but Trodding looks like dog crap on the back of his shoe.
Oh, mate.
Hiya!
Oh, mate.
No, not that one.
You done this?
No, that one. The right one.
This is left.
Oh, is it your left? It's on the back. Hiya! Caught him with the oldest one in the book.
Yeah, that's it.
O'Connell stuck a little plaster to Bert's beautiful little belly button. Oh, let's have a look. Hey! Yeah, ready? Not hurt one bit, you ready?
Oh!
Oh, God.
Now watch this, look.
Whoa.
Come on.
Kiss it better for him. Kiss it better.
That's to do it. Oh, look. It came off. Let me just pull that one. Are you on it?
Yeah. Go on. That is absolutely disgusting. Morning everybody, bit of a strange morning this morning, or doing something a little bit different. I've got to head straight over to D&J Projects. We need to pick some sleepers up so we can build this box planter. Yeah, so we're going to hit the ground running this morning. It is 10 to 7, probably a bit early, but I'm one of them people, once I'm up, I'm up, once I'm dressed I want to get out. So yeah, we'll get ourselves down there, maybe grab a coffee, see what happens. So here we are, just arrived, 7:30, the vans are coming in. There's David. He's absolutely shattered, bless him. He's been landed from New York and then not stopped all week, so he's a bit jet lagged and tired, so long weekend for him. So we're all loaded up, that's for our planter, we're in, ready to go. Let's go on with some work. Okay, so we just arrived on site. The path's all in, ready for pointing up. We just got to put some soil around it and things. We knew the turf levels would be a bit sketchy, so it's going to need to be re-turfed. Slabbing's all done, isn't it, Christopher? Yay! All the slabs are in, we've just got to sort of finish this bit here and connect it to the path. And man like Folds here, show us again.
Man like Folds it.
Mate, listen, he curled a 12 kilogram weight this morning. He's absolutely beyond, he's out his mind with it.
6.5.
6.5?
Show the people your hips.
Show the hips, baby.
I'm not going to do that.
Listen, everyone in the gym dropped what they were doing and they carried him out like a champion and threw him on the car park. like a bouncer.
Do it with these. Show the people.
Show us what you did, will you?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Come on.
Go on, show us your form. Everybody on. Oh, he won't do it, look.
That's embarrassing.
Bro, you're not 21 and cool. No one's bothered.
No one cares, mate.
Past it now. Come on, do it.
I'm not past it, I'm in my prime.
He's in his prime. The only prime you was that silly drink.
Bad boy.
Oh, you can't call his drink silly on YouTube. He'll go, oh, go mad.
mate, don't-
I'll be the next YouTuber who'll be beating up, won't
That
I?
kid will beat you up now. You're gone. You can't call that drink.
That prime.
Kids will go crazy.
Just crap, innit?
I saw a kid the other day get given a bottle of Prime and he sobbed, right, like his nana had come back to life. like his hamster had come back from the dead. I'm not joking, he was happier than like if you'd bought him a Ferrari. It was ridiculous. It's a £1 drink.
Like,
and if you take, I'm not cussing, well, I am cussing it. If you take, has anyone tasted it?
No.
I've tasted it. It just tastes like,
Robinson's.
no, it's just not all, it's all right. It's not, Tastes like Robinson. Tastes like Robinson. Booby twat.
The big stuttery.
There you go. Anyway, so we're now building this planter. Obviously, we've got it stood upright so we can get the screws in. So we'll get that all built. The boys are prepping the area, we'll get that dropped in. And it'll start, yeah, they'll go pub. Spoonies. Sit down breakfast. Shall I have a sit down breakfast, boys? Sit down.
Well, that will video tomorrow night when we're all out, eh?
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be illegal, isn't it?
Can't put nothing on there.
Got music
You
on.
like that. Anyways, I better get on. Right. Who do you think's winning, Berts, in a fight to the death between Chesney Hawks and Brian Harvey, not E17 days, during some sort of schizophrenic episode? Who's winning?
Is this pre or post when he fell out of the car when he was being...
After he ran himself over eating potato.
What was it, sausage roll or something, wasn't it? Pork pie.
So just imagine they bumped into each other in the street, right? Brian Harvey's gone up to Chesney Hawks. He ain't called him by his name-o, right? Because he likes being called by his name-o. And then he's just gone absolutely nuts. Chesney Hawks started windmilling. Who's winning?
I'm going Chesney. Listen,
You saying Chesney?
Brian Harvey fell out of a car whilst being sick at 80 mile an hour, survived.
Does anyone believe that?
Tried to kill himself, but...
How did he try and kill himself? How did you run yourself over
He
that?
said he was doing 80 mile an hour, yeah? Oh, I feel a bit sick because I had a dodgy sausage roll. Threw up whilst driving.
Fell out the door.
Fell out and the car ran him over and he survived. The guy's a G.
Oh, so he's realistic. He's like that Terminator 2, that liquid one. Like could just roll down the street.
You can't die.
He'll just roll down the street and get back up and chase you.
After that, you can't die.
That's legendary.
So what are we saying then? What we're saying then?
He's in, come in.
I'm not allowed on screen.
You're not allowed. You haven't worked. You've not worked yourself up yet to.
I'm not allowed on screen.
You're the equivalent to you're equivalent to a McDonald's staff member with 1 star, bro.
He got pulled off stage and got beat up in Nottingham.
Yeah, he did. He got beat.
He's got
Didn't he get macheted in Nottingham? He didn't. Someone hit him with a machete outside, didn't it?
One game is he can't die.
Let's go to Google.
So technically,
He's Terminator.
he's Terminator. He's Terminator. So what we're saying is, I reckon Chesney wins first half. Say it's a 4-rounder. Chesney's got him on the first 2 rounds. Drops him, but he just keeps getting back up like Robocop.
Yeah.
It's chess.
Robocop's a bit good actually, because he gets all his arms and legs ripped off every time he does something.
God help him, mate.
Goes Argos and gets his leg ripped off. Who does?
Robocop. Kills everyone.
That's it.
He's a bad man.
Right, so Chris has actually researched what Brian Harvey's statement was regarding him. Description of him running himself over. Come on.
I'd been stuffing my face with jacket potatoes, said Brian Harvey. They were big. I put cheese on, then tuna mayo, and I ate the lot.
Wow.
Wait, who's this? Let's just go on. As he backed his Mercedes convertible out of the cul-de-sac, the baked spud overload was making him feel queasy.
It's been known. It's been known.
He opened the door to vomit on the road, and instead of putting my foot on the brake, I hit the accelerator and it flew back. I must have hit 4 or 5 parked cars and somehow got crushed between the open car door and a brick wall,
What?
forcing him under his own vehicle.
Jesus.
Crushed his pelvis in 6 places, and his stomach was pushed into his chest, resulting in a collapsed lung. You're a liar, sir.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Man's
You're a
Terminator.
liar.
You know what happened,
Can't
don't
die.
you? You know what really happened, don't you? Chesney Hawks got hold of him.
Could have had.
One and only him.
What happened if you just punched him with a single punch to the stomach, pushed it into his chest, and broke his pelvis?
Well, it's easy to bump him off. You just give him a couple of jacket potatoes, don't you?
Yeah, with tuna. It's the tuna mayo.
Tuna. Right, good morning everybody. Fingers crossed we can get this patio job finished today. Everything's laid up. I think there's just a bit of soil to knock around. Probably have to go and fetch it from B&Q. Got to joint the patio up and clean up, and we're pretty much out of there. Start a driveway tomorrow. It's only a little one, so fingers crossed if it goes to plan, we might be able to get it done for Friday. So this video should show you the completion of last week's patio and this new driveway. So shall we have a look around? We'll get out this van and we'll have a look around and see where we're at. Okay, so as you can see, there's a little planter we talked about. Ready for a bit of topsoil and planting. Obviously got to gravel these areas up. The whole area of the patio is now in. Path's in. It's all good. So we just need to go and put some soil down here. This just needs a bit of a pick over and a rake. Obviously clear the garden out. Obviously the grass has been left in a bit of a mess. That's just down to the fact that the level was just, it literally had some massive hump in the middle. So what we agree with the customer is if we take that out, then he can get someone in to sort of re-turf it, or he could reseed this area. and give them a bit more of a level garden. Because I mean, again, I don't know why this new build thing, but it wouldn't have killed them. Just, I mean, they've got, you can see over the fence there, they're working now. They've got massive machinery. They could have just knocked it about level, but obviously that'd cost them another half an hour and a bit of money. And obviously, when you're charging $500,000 for an house, that'd be far too much effort. So, ready for all the excuses again on YouTube off the old site workers. But yeah, it's just lazy. And if I was paying £500,000, I wouldn't be happy. So there you go. Okay, so first job of the day, me and man like folds it. I've got a nip to a B&Q and pick up some purple slate for the gravel traps and around the patio, and a bit of topsoil for down the side of the paths. So we're just on a little trek now, and yeah, she'll pick them up, get back to the job. It shouldn't be a long day today. I mean, it's 8:30 now. I reckon we should be done for 10:30. I'd be shocked if we weren't. So we should have a steady day today, and then tomorrow, say, we'll start a new job and get rocking and rolling as we do. Right, I feel me and Folder are angry, aren't we, Folder? Fuming. Right, listen to this. Just been to B&Q because it was a local place to where we are, and we needed some 25 kilos, so the handbags or the smaller bags of plum slate, 20mm plum slate, just some decorative aggregate. They've just tried to charge. The charging was at £14.80 a bag. Yeah. £14.80 a bag. And we're now heading to John A. Stevens in Nottingham, which is a proper builder's merchant, and it is, I think it was £3.10 plus VAT, something like that. So, just a thing for people watching this. Don't just, I know it can be a bit intimidating going to these building yards, and you know, and it can be quite, you know, and it's a bit of a sort of like, but just anyone who's a homeowner who's doing a bit of work at home and a bit of their own stuff, just go to these places. Do not use these companies. I mean, £15 a bag, £14 whatever a bag is absolutely ridiculous. That is a rip-off. Like, bear in mind they're buying thousands upon thousands of bags at a time. It's probably costing them about £1.20 a bag, and there's like a £12-13 markup on that. That is absolutely disgusting. And they sort of prey on the people that aren't going to go to the other places and shop around, because you just, you know, to a DIYer, you just associate B&Q. You could literally say, if you're doing a big garden project and funding it yourself, the money you could save using proper builders merchants, you know, that builders use rather than these places is phenomenal. I mean, if that's a bag of gravel, can you imagine? I mean, we've just bought 2 bags, they caught us off guard, but then we needed 2 big bags of soil, of compost, and they've charged us £25 for 2 bags of soil. I mean, no wonder there's a cost of living crisis. In fact, I mean, we can't have no bacon cobs now, can we, Folds there?
Oh, £24 for a bag of
24 quid for 2 bags of soil, like, come on. But, and it isn't all this nonsense about, oh, the cost of things have gone up. No. You've put them up. You've put them up. These companies are getting richer and richer. Don't use them. So I hope B&Q watch this and you bar me, because you can stick your trader can straight up your mother's backside. Right, so that's the compound. Just gone in. We've put a bit of topsoil around it. Don't look great, but we can't really do anything. Say the guys, there's about 40 metres of turf to go in, so we're hiring Miss Farm. The customer's going to get them to come out in the next couple of weeks and re-turf it so it fits perfectly in with the levels. So unfortunately, aesthetically for us as a finish, it's not going to look great today. This is, but if you look, our planter and our patio and paths are absolutely beautiful. It's just the lawn needs sorting, but it had to be, as I say, because in the middle here it was about 8 inch higher, so it had to come down. So it's just left it a bit of a mess. But it's the only way to have a level garden, as I said earlier, that the old building site should have sorted out, but they don't. So there you go. Connell's just here now. This is like the driveway forecourt area where we've been mixing and things, so he's just giving this a wash down now and give this a good clean up. Bit difficult because it's a building site. There's a lot of traffic up and down covered in muck. If you see these tracks, that's from the customer's vehicle from the main road, because it's just filthy constantly. So I think we're fighting a losing battle, but we shall clean up the mess we have made. So yeah, and hopefully when this building site's finished at the back, the customer shall live in peace. So for the minute, man like folds it. Top washer. Okay, good morning everybody, it's Nick at BNP Paving. Yeah, so it's Tuesday, it's a bit of a drizzly morning. We are starting a new job today. Got a little driveway, bit of fence and gate to put in, a wall alteration, so a few little bits, cool little bits to do. Like to say 4 days, depends really, weather, hold ups, you never know. I'm not the most organised at the minute, a bit tired, so yeah, we'll see how it all goes, but looking forward to it nevertheless. Just waiting for the JCB guy. I'm here now, it's about 7:30. Sean's going to come and drop our machine off from the lockup, and we'll get things going about 8 o'clock. So that's the machine being delivered. Job's a bit down here, but parking's a nightmare with this because it's massive. So we'll get it drove down there in a minute, or driven should I say. Just realised this road's all parking permits only as well, so that's another headache all week, because you know we all love traffic wardens. So yeah, I'll have to contend with that, moving the vans around or get some permits or something, but there's 4 vehicles, so I don't know how we can use permits. We shall sort it. That's the first problem solved. We're going to borrow one off a neighbour. So that's the parking all done and dusted. Okay, so this is this week's job. It's in a driveway all the way up there. Because of the angle, it looks a bit bigger. It's about 35-40 square metres. As you can see, we've already dug this area out. We're going to take all these bricks and so on. There's a massive slab here of reinforced concrete, so we're going to go on top of that. It can stay in, it's absolutely invincible. However, it's a little bit high on an air brick here, so we're going to chop around here and put some bricks in to allow airflow to that air brick. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of tinkering. We're going to have to re-concrete blocks all the way around here because of some of the walls are a bit naff. But it wasn't part of the job to replace all the retaining walls and that. It's all relevant to the cost and what the customer's paying for. So we're going to come up here, we're going to get this out. Chris is just digging this out now. And then we're going to dig this front out. The bush is staying in, but this path's coming out, and this front wall to the bush. We're going to reinstate a new pillar so the customer's got a bit better parking. And that's the plan. Right, so sod's law, this is always the case. They put a manhole right in the front of the driveway, so we're trying to dig the whole drive out, and then we've got to put the muck somewhere, but it's where the manhole is the only place we can store muck, so it's a bit of a nightmare. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to get Dave to come in the grab, and he's going to have to come and sort of clear sections as we go, because otherwise we're just blocked in and out, and it's just a nightmare. So again, we'll get all in the comments about it from the digger operator side of things, but it's all well and good when it's not that simple. It's a nightmare. Like you say, you can't. So say example, you dug this path out here and you drag it to here, well then you've got to dig this out, but then where do you put the muck? And then you've got to put this on top, and there's a manhole, and it's just a headache. So yeah, it's handy to have someone who can sit by and stop and load while we do it. So it's going to be take a while to get it dug out, but we always get there. It's just these smaller jobs are a tougher dig out. Right, so we're slowly getting somewhere. Having a bit of a day today, to be honest. It's struggling with a bit of motivation, so just trying to dig this bit out now and get it gone as we go. So Dave's going to grab it as we dig. So DJ's just arrived now and he's grabbing all the stuff on the front path as well, just try and get rid of it. So you know how it goes. One of them days today.
Big man Bert's on the shovel. Dave, D&J Projects, looking sneaky on phone. And there's big man Stevie, getting it done.
Trying to get it done, mate. Trying to get it done.
Stevie, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, mate, but trotting looks like dog crap on the back of your shoe.
Oh, mate.
Hiya!
Oh, mate.
No, not that one.
You done this?
No, that one. The right one.
This is left.
Is it your left? It's on the back. Hiya! Caught him with the oldest one in the book.
Yeah, that's it.
So Stevie's back now on the little red wagon. Is it Little Red? Yeah. Little Red. and we're now dropping some stone off. So we're going to get some stone in here, knock it all about, get it all stoned up, ready to rock and roll. And tomorrow we should be laying, so we've got the headings to go in tomorrow, walls cut back, ready to rock. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so apologies for not videoing much this morning, but it's been raining, so it's very difficult to set up tripods and recording because the phones get wet and so on. But yeah, so we've got it all stoned up and whackered yesterday. It's all dug out. We've just put the sand down and we're now screeding and laying. So we'll flip over to a little time lapse and get that laid. Connell stuck a little plaster to Bert's beautiful little belly button. Oh, let's have a look. Hey! Yeah, ready? Not hurt one bit, you ready?
Oh,
Oh, God.
Now watch this, look.
Whoa.
Another way. Come on.
Kiss it better for him. Kiss it better.
That's to do it. Oh, look. It came off. Let me just pull that one. Are you on it?
Yeah. Go on. That is absolutely disgusting. Okay, so things are looking good. As I said yesterday, we're all laid up. Got the manhole set yesterday. That's set flush with the paving, so just needs cutting in and around. Path edgings are in on a ton of concrete. They're not going anywhere. We'll get tarmackers here tomorrow. Bricklayers coming this morning to install this new pillar or extend the wall. We don't do that ourselves. It's yeah, I ain't got time for bricklaying. It drives me crackers. We've got D&J projects coming. They're putting a new gate in here. That probably won't be done on this video, as it's going to be done at a later date, but he's having a one panel thing and a pedestrian gate. We've got to just cut it all in, finish up down here, get rid of all this old wood, and yeah, and get finished up. So there'll be a lot of cutting in today. Don't know what I can video. I do apologise to everybody. It has been a mare trying to video this week. It's just non-stop, probably 3 days, just drizzled and rained. So we've literally, like, you put your cameras out and it's just everything's wet through and damaging the electrics, and so it's been a real nightmare to video. So I'm sorry if it's a bit glitchy on or a bit spaced out on the stages of the job. So promise next week we'll get it a bit more accurate, but it's been really difficult. So anyway, my customer's coming out, it's a bit awkward. So I'll catch you all in a bit. Okay, so we've nipped into D&J Projects to pick up some builders and some ballast, and one of the lads has foolishly left his radio. So let's see what bother we can get into with this. Let's see what's happening. Oh, then let's that go.
Burner.
Oh, hang on. Go again.
Chelsea. Trapped my foot under a piece of gravel. Can you come and rescue me? We've stolen your radio and we're in the van out the front. We've nicked it and we're going to do this all day. Over and out. I'll bring it back. Sorry.
See, he bottled it a bit then. The dare was, he was supposed to ask Maureen what colour underpants she had on, but he's bottled it, so which would be highly inappropriate, but yeah, in the air of having a laugh. So there you go, fun and games.